Hi everyone, this is Brooke Skidmore with Awaken Arise, and today is Monday, March 2nd, and congrats, we made it to March. So far so good this year. And I thought we could start today with a really deep question, so brace yourself. The question is, why do we sometimes choose to do things that we know are not good for us? So thinking about that for a second, I think in all of our lives we could pick out something that either we are doing that we know is not healthy, or something we wish we were doing that we know would be beneficial, either to our health or to our performance. So what is that for you in this moment? Did you set any goals this year for New Year's resolution? And if so, how is that going for you right now? At this time of year, we often start to see a lot of us falling off, a lot of us kind of giving up on those goals, kind of something maybe set us back and now we're not on track anymore, so maybe we are just going to shoot for 2021 for that goal. So can you think of something in your life, whether it's a health related behavior or performance related behavior, that maybe you wish you were doing or not doing, that that is just kind of hard to do? I think sometimes the issue is not so much what should I eat, or how should I exercise, or what should I do for better performance. A lot of times we know those answers, so why don't we do all the things? I think one of the biggest reasons why is because habits are hard to break, and change is hard. So it's not as easy as we sometimes think it should be to just make a change. So if that's true for you, if there's something in your life that you'd like to change, I thought we could devote the month of March, the whole month, every Monday this month, talking about those tried and true behavior change principles. What are some of the things that we know have been effective through research to help someone make a lasting change? Again, if it's something that you've been trying to change over and over and it hasn't been sticking, why is that? What could we do differently to help that change stick? So first and foremost, the tip that I'll leave with you today is to make some sort of observation log. And I like to have my clients literally write it out, and I'll have them write out the date, the time of day, what they were doing, were they alone, were they by themselves, what were they doing, what were they thinking, any kind of feelings or thoughts in that moment, like I was hungry, or I was procrastinating, I was stressed, I was tired. A lot of times those kind of feelings can help us to gauge why maybe I didn't do something in that moment that I could have or should have. And I know what you're thinking right now. You're probably thinking, yeah, that sounds great. So I'll just make a mental note though, I'll just think about it in my head. But trust me, you guys, it's really helpful to actually write it down. Super simple. Some of my athletes and clients will actually just do it in their phone if that's easier. Some will actually write it out on a piece of paper. I personally like to write it out. There's something that's helpful for me, seeing it on paper, writing it in my own handwriting. So do it in a way that's helpful for you, but keeping an observation log can be especially helpful if you're trying to make a change. Sometimes it's just way more objective, right? It's easy to say, oh, I ate pretty healthy yesterday, I had a salad. But then if we were to really write everything out, literally what went into our mouths, we might notice, oh, this much alcohol, or this much candy at that 4 o'clock kind of wall in the middle of the day, or I didn't really realize I did have a donut with my coworker in the morning. Not that any of those things are evil, but if we write it down, then we can kind of start to see, okay, I can see now where some of my challenges might be. So that's the first tip that we'll start with for the month of March. If there's something in your life that you're working on, you'd like to change, whether it's nutrition or exercise. If you're an athlete, some of my athletes are trying to drink less alcohol. Some of them are trying to start a practice of visualization or imagery, and it's just hard to get in that habit. So pick something for you that maybe it's been challenging to stick to in the past, and maybe try some of these things throughout the month to see if it helps you to help it stick and make that change. So tip number 1 is to write it out, make an observation log, so that we can be especially aware. It's hard to make any changes if we're not even aware of where we're starting from. So starting from there, good luck this week.